Okay, so these are the change purses that I recently made. Notice here that my ferret is upside down. That's because I wasn't paying attention when I put this together. When you're putting them together, make sure you fold them in the right direction. Today, though, we're going to be making one of these. Except we're going to put our fabric in the right direction. Using this fabric. It is called Carpet Sharks. I'll put the exact name in the description. And it's just basically ferrets dressed like sharks. And it's absolutely adorable. Okay, so for this project you're going to need a piece of fabric that's cut 5 by 8.5. You're going to need a piece of Shape Flex interfacing. It's this. I got mine at Joann's. You could probably get it on Amazon or maybe at Michael's or maybe Hobby Lobby. Or you could use fusible fleece or some sort of interfacing. That's this. That's also cut 5 by 8.5. I'll put a link to all of this in the description. You're going to need a 7-inch zipper. I got mine at Walmart. It's a plastic zipper, and they cost $1, and they come in all different colors. You are going to need a pair of scissors, a pen, a ruler to cut this stuff out, definitely your sewing machine and an iron, and you're going to also need a keychain or some sort of keychain to put on it. I'm probably just going to use a regular silver one. I have colored ones, but for right now I'm probably going to just use regular silver. You can get, I got a pack of these at Joann's for like $2.99. It was like a million of them in there. Okay, maybe not a million, maybe like 25. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to iron my Pellon onto the wrong side of my fabric. Just the Pellon's going to have a rough side. That rough side is the part with the glue. That's your fusible side. Okay, so now you have your fabric, you've put on your Pellon, which basically, that's just making it more sturdy. So it gives it kind of a change purse feel, so it's not this like floppy fabric. It's not super tough, but it just gives it some shape. It helps it keep its shape. So basically you have your fabric facing up. The right side is facing you. You want to get your zipper. If you want your change purse to open from left to right, then you're going to want to make sure that you put this tab going left. If you want it to open from right to left, you're going to want to put it this way. What you're also going to want to do is you're going to want to take the right side of the zipper, that's the part with the part that you pull, and you're going to want to put it facing the right side of the fabric. So basically the wrong side of the zipper should be looking up at you, and you're going to want to center it. It does not, don't worry about where the pull is, it doesn't matter at this particular time. I'm using clips. You can use pins, you don't have to clip it, it's completely up to you, whatever you're comfortable with. So basically once you've done that, you should have something that looks like this. Your zipper itself should be facing the wrong side of the fabric at this point. And you're going to head on over to the sewing machine, and I recommend using a zipper foot for this next step. You're going to want to make sure that your needle is positioned on the correct side of the zipper foot. And here we go. Okay, so now you have something that looks like this. Fold your flip your zipper back so the right side's facing up now. It looks like this. And then if you look on the back, we want this piece to be down. So we want it, you can even just push it down with your finger like this so that it's not sticking up. You want this to be down. And what you're going to want to do then is you're going to want to go over to your machine and you're going to want to top stitch right across the very tippy top of your fabric to hold this down in place. So I'm still going to leave my zipper foot on for this because it's just easier. And you should have that now. Okay, so now you've attached one side of your zipper. Now you're going to want to take the bottom of your piece and you're going to want to attach it to the top portion of your zipper. And you're going to want to make sure that you line up the bottom with this top piece and make sure that you line up your sides as well. And you don't have to clip this in place, but if you feel more comfortable clipping it in place, I recommend just clipping the bottom of the piece to the top of the zipper. That way it just doesn't move. And make sure that your sides are lined up also so that your change purse comes out straight when you're done. And then you're going to go and attach, you're going to sew just like you did with the other side of the zipper, you're going to do the same thing here. Alright, so now that you've done that, you should have something that looks like a tube, basically. You're going to want to turn this right side out. Now what you got to do is you got to put that top stitch on the side that you just stitched. Now this is a little bit tricky because you have it attached and you can't detach the zipper. You're going to want to press this down with your fingers like this, and you're going to put a top stitch right along here just like you did on this other side, but you're going to want to come in, you're going to want to start on this end. Alright, so now we have a piece of cotton. Mine's blue to match the zipper. You're going to make it 2.5 inches by 2 inches. You're going to take the long side, the 2.5 inch side, and you're going to fold it in half and press it. And then once you've done that, you're going to open it back up. So now you should have a crease in the center. You're going to take each end and you're going to fold it till it meets the center line that you just made. You're going to do the same thing with the other side. You should have like four lines in this now. So then you're going to take it and you're going to fold it in half so that you hid your seams, and then you're going to press over this. And then we're going to take it to the sewing machine and we're going to stitch this closed so that you don't have that flap opening right now that you still have. I'm going to put 2 lines on this to make it decorative, so you can do however you want to. Okay, so now you have your piece that you've stitched. You're ready to go. So you want to take your ring, put it through your little keychain. You want to line up your 2 ends. And then you're just going to want to stitch right along this edge here to stitch it closed. Okay, so now you want to take your change purse and you're going to want to unzip it. Probably about 3/4 of the way. And you're going to flip it wrong side out. The thing about these is you can actually have your change purse open basically anywhere you want. If you want your zipper to be really close to the top, you're going to want to flatten this out so that you have like 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch space at the top, like this, and then your change purse will open here. If you wanted your change purse to open in the center, then you would move it down to the center when you go to final stitch it. I'm going to have mine a little bit towards the top. That's kind of where I like it. So we're going to do it here. Now you can measure this precisely, but 9 times out of 10 it's going to do what you want and you'll be able to do it with your fingers. So I'm going to do mine like this, and what we're going to do now is we're going to go to the sewing machine and we're going to stitch a 1/4 inch seam all the way down this edge right here. Okay, so now that you've done that, you're going to want to get your tab. And I'm going to put my tab right here. I'm going to leave this little edge hanging out. So you're going to put your tab with the keyring facing inside. I'm going to leave it hanging over a little bit. It kind of helps it just make sure that it's in place the way you want and it doesn't shift. And also it just ensures that you caught it all in the sewing machine. And then you're going to want to take your zipper and you're going to want to butt it up against each other. So you don't want it to be separated. You want it to be right flush against each other when you stitch this. You don't have to clip this, but if it makes you feel better to do that, you can. And then also you're going to want to make sure that your zipper is open at least 3/4 of the way. If not, when you stitch this, you won't be able to flip it right side out. So let's go put the 1/4 inch seam down this side as well, and just go slow over this because it's kind of thick. Not uber thick, nowhere near as thick as fleece, which is what we normally sew. So let's do it. Okay, so now what you want to do is you can literally cut off the zipper, the excess zipper, off both sides. And you don't have to, but what I recommend doing is a zigzag stitch along this edge. And the reason for that is because if not, you have a raw edge and it will start to fray. And so if you do a zigzag stitch, I'm going to actually trim a little more of this off. If you do a zigzag stitch, it will stop the fraying. It will also secure the bag in place, and it actually looks a little bit more professional than just leaving a straight stitch. So now that you've done that, you're going to gently flip your coin purse right side facing out. Poke your corners out. Alright, so that's it. We've done it. We've made a coin purse. And you can attach it to your key ring or whatever you want to do with it. It's also big enough that you could fit, I'm using a business card because that's what I have present. But you could put business cards in it. You could put money in it. You could put basically anything you want. Alright you guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please remember to click the like button. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so. If you want to click the notification bell so that you never miss an upload, that would be awesome as well. I will be doing some more DIY change purse tutorials, different shapes, different sizes, all that good stuff. I'm going to be also doing a tote bag tutorial for those of you who watch my channel for my other sewing tutorials for the small pet items. I'm going to be doing a cage cover tutorial soon. And if you are interested in purchasing change purses or coin purses, please keep an eye out on my Etsy shop. I'll put a link in the description and I'll put a link above me. And I will be offering them for sale shortly once I get enough of them done and I can offer more than one at a time. I really want to make those a ready to ship item so that people are not waiting on those. So have a great week. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.